Mason, you've been with the Broncos for a couple years, and now you get your shot after being kind of stuck behind some really talented defensive linemen. What have you seen from yourself going into this year to make you know that you're the right man for the job there on the defensive line?
So this year has been a big step for me personally because I feel like I've been missing something the past few years, and I feel like I was able to dial down on the details and figure it out.
You and a couple other Broncos were surprised there with scholarships before the season started. What did that mean to you?
It meant a lot. It helped my family and me out a lot, so it was huge for us. And the goal remains the same, which is to win a MAC championship, and for me to become the best defensive tackle I can become.
A little bit of a different look to the defense this year. Some 3-4. Does your role kind of change when you guys shift to that position?
Yeah, so when we go to the three-down lineman, I'll play nose, and it's pretty much the same thing. I just got to get vertical and play hard and physical and fast.
Tough game, obviously, last week at Syracuse, but you guys were able to really kind of lock them down there in the second half. How do you kind of carry that momentum into this weekend's game against Iowa?
The biggest thing is just going to be to keep preparing as hard as we can and come out with a chip on our shoulder.
Thanks, Mason.
Thank you.
Kenny, what led you to Western Michigan from Sacred Heart?
Just coming out the portal, Coach Kosh and Coach Reed and Coach Davis. Honestly, Coach Kosh recruited me, and Coach Davis actually recruited me when they was at VMI coming out of high school. As soon as I hit the portal, Coach Kosh was on me heavy. Loved all the support and all that. Him with Coach Reed, Coach Davis, and all them. So, it felt like the right fit for me with Coach Kosh's offense and everything, and the guys and the staff that they have here. So, I fell in love with it, and now I'm here.
You've been a big part of the offense so far. How have you fit in? Obviously, weren't here for spring ball, but we're able to adapt pretty quickly here in the summer and the fall.
Coming into college period, I was really focused on the playbook. So as soon as I got here, pretty much early when I committed, started getting on the playbook, adapting to the offense, air raid kind of offense. We did have some run. So it's been really good going through the summer. And now through camp, and now we're through 2 games. I just been trying to be an explosive player for the offense, stuff like that. And we have some guys in our receiver room and in the running back room, and we have quarterbacks that make a play, they can make the throws, and we have running backs who make a play, and receivers who can make plays. So I just want to be one of those players on the offense to make an impact.
Coach Taylor mentioned in his press conference yesterday, showing and making a point to show the wide receivers doing the blocking downfield during Jalen's big run. As a unit, obviously you're not necessarily out there to block, but knowing that if you're successful at it, something like that could happen. What does that mean to you guys as a unit to show that, hey, we can contribute in that way too?
Yeah, no, it's big coming out the receiver room because, those guys block for us. The running backs got to block for the quarterbacks when they try to make throws to us. So it's big for our part in the receiver room to make sure we block downfield for the running back so we can create those explosive plays like Jalen had the past 2 games and stuff like that, and all the other running backs. So when it's our time, they block for us, and when it's their time, we got to block for them. It all works together.
Played a little basketball at Sacred Heart. Yeah. Being a 2-sport athlete, what does that do for you both mentally and physically?
Honestly, mentally and physically, it's a lot. It's a lot of toll mentally and physically. But I've been doing it my whole life ever since I was in about 2nd, 3rd grade. So it's natural to me. Been doing it in college now. Well, I did it for 3 years at my previous school. I'm not doing it here. I'm full blown. On football. But it was a blessing doing it. It was a lot mentally and physically, but that's what your parents and your support system is there for, and that's what I had. And it was great though. It was great, but my mentally and physically, it was a toll, but it was good though.
All right, thanks, Kenny.
Thank you, appreciate it.